Good morning, students. Previous days, Selena ma'am taught you all how to find out the projectile motion. Today, we are going to discuss a new topic, which is what introduction to degrees and radians. So, degrees and radians. From our smaller grade, we are using the term degrees. What is the use of degrees? Where we use this degrees term degrees? Yeah, we all know that we are using mostly to measuring the size of an angle. So, angle 20 degree, 25 degree, 180 degree, 360 degree. For measuring the size of an angle, we are using the term what? This degrees. The same degrees and the radians, mostly we are using to measure this angle only. This type of angle we are measuring by using degrees, and suppose we are measuring the area, volume, circumference of a circle or surface area. Suppose we are taking a circle. So, if you are finding the area of this circle or volume of this circle, circumference of this circle, we use the unit radians also. So, what is meant by this radians? What is meant by radians? This is, assume that there is a circle. From this center of the circle, there is a angle. So this is what we are saying arc. And assume that you have a watermelon. In that watermelon, you are cutting a slice. A slice of watermelon you are cutting and taking it out like this. This is what we are saying planar angle. This is what we are saying what? This angle we are saying planar angle. So assume that you are cutting a slice from the watermelon, you will get a shape like this. And that angle we are saying what? Planar angle, solid angle. This thing and all we will say. So from this circle we are cutting a slice like this. There is an angle producing, that is what we are saying what? Planar angle. And how we can define the radians means it describes the planar angle subtended to by the circular arc at the center of a circle. From this center of the circle, you see here there is a planar angle subtended. Subtended means particular point. So planar angle subtended by what? A circular arc. This is a circular arc. So planar angle at a particular point which what? With this circular angle from the center of the circle. That is what we are saying radian. Also you can define, it is defined as the length of the arc divided by radius of the arc. This is the length of the arc. This part is the length of the arc. This is the radius of the arc. If we divide this length of the arc divided by radius of the arc, we will get what? We will get what? Radian. So that is what? We can find the radian by using this length of the arc divided by radius of the arc as well. Then you can see in page number 88 radian describe how radian is described and how it is defined. Okay. So now what is meant by 1 radian? This about this 1 radian from our first unit. You have already learned what is 1 radian. Do you remember that? 1 radian means what? It is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc that is equal to the length of the radius of the circle. You can see page number 88. What definition is there? You can mark 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc that is equal to the length of the radius. When we are taking a planar angle like this from a circle, this one length of the arc should be equal to this radius of the what? Circle. That is what 1 radian. If we are taking a planar angle from center of circle, we are taking one part like this. This length of the radius and the length of the arc should be equal. That is what 1 radian we are saying. You can mark page number 18. It is there. Now definition for degree. Degree means already we know, which is used to measure the size of an angle. According to calculation, 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radians here. 360 degree equal to what? 2 pi radian. So 1 radian, how we can find? 1 radians equal to 360 by 2 pi. So 180 we will get if we are reducing 180 by pi is 1 radian. This is a value. So which is equal to 57.295 degrees. This is how 1 radian is calculated. What are 57 nearby 58 degree will come. That is what we are saying 1 radian. Understand now? Degrees and the radians. Okay, so degrees and the radians, well, we used to measure what? Angles only. Mostly when we are finding the area, volume, circumference of a circle, surface area of a circle, and all, we are using the term what? Radians. And then about how we can describe radian, how we can define radian, how we can define 1 radian. That is what the 3 definition given in this textbook. Radian, how you can describe. You describe the planar angle subtended by a circular arc at the center of a circle. How you can define radian? It is defined as the length of the arc divided by what? Radius of the arc. How we can define 1 radian? So 1 radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc that is equal to what? Length of the radius of the circle. So mark that. Then degree. Define degree means what? It is a unit of measurement which is used to determine the size of an angle. Okay. Then this value 1 radian is equal to 57.295 degree. In page number 88, example 2.39, we have to do it as a homework. Okay. One example problem is there based on this calculation. We can do it as homework. Now next thing is angular displacement. Angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration. Angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration. Already we have learned the definition for displacement, linear displacement, linear velocity, linear acceleration. Already we have learned this thing. Now, angular displacement. Any object which is moving in straight line, that is what we are saying what are? Linear. So there we are finding linear displacement, linear velocity, linear acceleration. Assume that one object is moving in straight line, one car is moving in a straight road. So there we can find the linear velocity, linear acceleration, and what are? Anything moving straight, then linear displacement and all we can find out. So any object which is moving in circular motion, that is what? Angular we are using. We are using the term angular velocity, angular acceleration. So the definition is saying, so first thing, assume that an object which is moving in, this is one object, one particle which is moving in circular motion. One particle which is moving in circular motion, which has a radius r. From the center of the circle, its radius is r. Now, when this particle, you can keep it as r1, when this particle is at the position A, time taken is t is equal to 0. When the same particle comes here, you can keep the position vector, position r2, position r1, position r2. Now at the point B, when this particle changes from A to B, now it changes some time also, maybe some time t. So this is what we are saying angular displacement. Here you can see the angle described. Here one angle is producing. This angle theta. This angle theta we are saying what are? Angular displacement. Here one definition is there. Angle described by the particle about the axis of rotation or center or in a given time is called what are? Angular displacement. You have to learn this for a particular time. You see this much arc distance in the moved for particular time. So time t equal to 0, time here it is changing. So when the time is changing, the particle is moving from the point A to point B. So there is a displacement. Now due to this displacement, there is a angle producing here. Due to this displacement, what is happening? There is an angle producing this theta angle. We are saying what are? Angular displacement. You can see the definition. Angle described by the particle. So this is a particle, no? Angle here, one angle is producing due to what are? This displacement. Okay, that is what angular displacement. So angle described by the particle about axis of rotation. Axis of rotation means what are? From center, like this rotation. When the particle is rotating in this motion, particle is changing from one point to another point A to B in some time. With some time, the particle is moving from the position A to B. Now one angle described, there one angle is produced. That is what we are saying, angular displacement, and there is a relation theta is equal to S by R. Theta means what? Angular displacement. Then S means what? S means this arc distance, R means radius. Okay, this we can write S is equal to R theta. So remember this formula. It is very important formula. Angular displacement theta is equal to S by R, arc distance by radius. So S is equal to R theta as well. You can write down. Now angular velocity. Angular velocity, linear velocity definition is what? Linear velocity definition. You all know that linear velocity means what? Change in displacement. Displacement by time taken. That is what? For linear velocity we are using the expression, and here we use the expression what? There we are using rate of change of displacement is velocity. Angular velocity means what? Rate of change of angular displacement is called angular velocity. You can see page number 89, definition for angular displacement, angular velocity and angular acceleration. So angular velocity, rate of change of angular displacement is called angular velocity. So within particular time, for this object moving from point A to B, how much velocity taken? That is what? This angular displacement by time only we are saying angular velocity. This is a particle moving from point A to B. So without any velocity, the particle will not move from one point to another point. Without any velocity, the particle will not displace from point A to B. That is what? Here some velocities. That is what we are saying what? Angular velocity. So rate of change of angular displacement by time. What rate of change of angular displacement is called what? Angular velocity. And we can write this symbol omega equal to limit time tends to 0 delta theta by delta t. Angular displacement by time. With the limit, that means what? From time t tends to 0. 0 to any timing. So, if we are changing this limit, we can write omega is equal to d theta by dt. With the limit, you can write delta theta by delta t. If you are changing this limit, you can write d theta by dt. The same. Angular acceleration, next definition is rate of change of angular velocity is called angular acceleration. That we can write alpha equal to d omega by dt. d omega by dt means what? This is what? Omega, angular velocity. So rate of change of angular velocity. Angular velocity by time, it is called angular acceleration. So you can see page number 89, these three definition. Angular displacement. Angular displacement means what? Angle described by the particle about the axis of rotation or center or in a given time is called what? Angular displacement. Formula is what? Theta equal to s by r. Angular velocity means what? Rate of change of angular displacement is called angular velocity. Omega is equal to d theta by dt. D theta means what? Angular displacement by time. Now angular acceleration, alpha is equal to d omega by dt. Angular acceleration definition is what? Rate of change of angular velocity. So angular velocity by time, d omega by dt. Our next topic is tangential acceleration. So tangential acceleration. So assume that there is a circle like this. So circle means what? A particle. This is a particle which is moving in circular motion. A particle which is moving in circular motion, assume that this particle is moving from a point A to another point B. when this particle moves from the point A to B, always tangent to this circle. Remember that tangent to this circle there is a linear velocity. Tangent to the circle there is a linear velocity is producing. Tangent to the circle, linear velocity. Always, suppose when the particle moves here tangent to the circle, what are? There is a linear velocity. V1, V2, V3, you can keep. So, in this direction, there is an acceleration. That's why this particle is moving in circular motion. So this tangential, that is what we are saying, tangential acceleration. In this direction there is an acceleration. We are saying what are? Tangential acceleration. So this tangential acceleration experiencing the object are in circular motion. Understand? This is what introduction about tangential acceleration. We have a derivation, a small derivation. For that you can choose the same thing. Assume that one particle which is moving from a particle which is rotating in a circular motion whose circle radius is r, and for some time delta t for some time, what are this arc distance here is changing. So this is what we are saying, delta s, and there is an angle producing delta theta. So delta s is the what are? Arc distance, and this delta theta means what? Angular displacement. Now we know angular displacement, our basic relation, what are? What is the relation? Theta equal to s by r, or you can write s is equal to r theta. So here, this is a basic relation. This equation you can write in terms of what? Angular displacement. Then how you can write delta s equal to r delta theta. The same equation we are writing what? Delta s equal to r delta theta. Now you see here there is a displacement bar. Here there is a displacement bar with the what? Respect to some time. So the same equation you have to write with respect to time. So you can write delta s by delta t is equal to r delta theta by delta t. This is what the same equation. You can write 1, you can write 2. So equation what we are writing in terms of what? With respect to time. Now equation 2 in terms of what you can write? Limit delta t tends to 0. You have to apply limit for this. So what will happen means when we are applying the limit t tends to 0, delta s by delta t means you can write ds by dt. The same thing here, limit t tends to 0, delta theta by delta t you can write d theta by dt. Remember this thing. So instead of this limit t tends to 0 delta s by delta t, you can write what down? ds by dt equal to r into, instead of limit delta theta by delta t, you can write what down? d theta by dt. Now listen here. What is this ds by dt? ds by dt means what? We know what? Yeah, displacement by time taken, linear displacement by time taken. So you can write velocity, linear velocity. So what is this r? So velocity is equal to what r into d theta. D theta by dt. D theta means what? Angular displacement. Angular displacement by time is called what? Linear velocity. Not angular velocity omega. So you can write this equation in terms of vector form. So V vector is equal to R vector cross omega. Now you can keep this as equation 3. Now from equation 3 you have to do differentiation. So differentiate equation 3. So what will happen? V becomes dV by dt equal to R into omega d omega by dt. This is what the differentiation with respect to time. So dV by dt, V differentiation is dV by dt, then R omega differentiation is what? D omega by dt. So what is this dV by dt? Change in velocity by time. So it is acceleration A. This we can keep it as tangential acceleration. So R, what is this d omega by dt? Angular velocity by time. So alpha, angular acceleration. This is a relation which we use to find what? The tangential acceleration. A is equal to R alpha. This is what? Tangential acceleration. Radius, then what? Angular acceleration. Understand? So listen here. First our basic equation. What are angular displacement is equal to S by R. So S is equal to R theta. You can write up. Now we are writing in terms of our diagram. Then what are delta S is equal to R delta theta. Then what you have to write? This same equation 1 you have to write with respect to time. So delta S by delta T is equal to R into delta theta by delta T. Then equation 2 in terms of what you can write with a limit. Thus this equation you have to write with a limit. So remember that whenever you are writing with limit, delta S by delta T with limit, then it will change as what? ds by dt. So here also delta theta by delta T with limit T tends to 0. So you can write d theta by dt. So what is this ds by dt? Linear velocity. What is this d theta by dt? Angular velocity omega. So this equation you can write in terms of what? Vector form. Now differentiate equation 3. We are differentiating V what? dV by dt and omega we are differentiating d omega by dt. What is this dV by dt? Linear acceleration. That acceleration is called what? Tangential acceleration. So note that our tangential acceleration is in the direction of what? Linear velocity. Our tangential acceleration, you see in this circle, this direction linear velocity. The same direction what is there? In this same direction our tangential acceleration also. Okay, students, all of you practice this derivation. Page number 90, you can see in page number 90 derivation. All of you note down, it is important question. You can practice in your home. This is your homework. Already I gave one homework from the example what? 2.39. So see you. Bye bye. Thank you all.